Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
Happy Sabbath.
Sabbath.
Are you guys happy this morning?
Amen.
Let me see those smiles.
Praise the Lord.
Let me see those smiles. All right. Okay, well, my story for today, boys and girls, goes like this. It's about a rat. Have you ever seen a rat? You have never seen a rat? Yes? You've never seen a rat? Wow, okay, we'll have to find one for you to show you. You have? Okay. All right. But the story, boys and girls, has a catch to it. So listen very carefully. There is a verse that is found in Genesis chapter 18 and verse 13, and it says like this. The Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I really have a child now that I am old? She laughed when she heard Jesus say this, right? Now, you don't laugh when you hear what I will say, because Jerry was laughing. Ha, 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 he said, as his little sister said, hey, Jerry, guess what? We have to catch a live rat. Would you catch a live rat? Would you hold it? You better don't. Well, Jerry, he just had a good laugh because he just couldn't imagine his sister holding a rat, a living rat. Very dangerous. So don't try to catch a rat. It might bite you and you can get sick. Okay? So now, his little sister Angela said, but I read, Jerry, that if you catch a living rat and you paint it with phosphorus, some kind of chemical, it's going to glow in the dark, and then all the other rats will just go away. So she was trying to find some way to get rid of the rats. You see, Jerry and Angela were missionaries, and they lived way out back a bush, as we would say here, right? They lived far away in some mission field, and they seemed to have a problem with the rats. And so now Jerry, he laughed even harder. Ha, 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 my dear sister, what a ridiculous thing to say. And he laughed even more. But Angela was convinced, and she said, brother, but the book says that if you catch the rat, it really works. It has been tried before. You see, Angela was so much into reading, and so she wanted to find a way to get rid of these rats. She did not like rats at all. Do you guys like rats? No, right? They are just not pretty looking creatures, and it's not good to have them home either, and they don't smell good either, right? So Jerry realized that his sister really meant what she was saying, and she didn't care if he laughed at her. And so he said, well, my dear sister, maybe for fun, let's try it. But, he said, we have two big problems. We don't have a living rat, and how are we going to catch a living rat? And the next thing, we live all the way out in this bush, and we don't have the paint. So she was so into it, and she said, well, brother, don't you worry. I'll make sure it's on the grocery list next time that goes to the furlongs. This time, Jerry really had to laugh. And so he just laughed and laughed at his sister. Perhaps you laugh when you hear this as well. But you know what? We often may laugh at things that may seem different to us, right? Or things that you may think are impossible. But you know what? God says that Sarah also laughed when he said that she was going to have a child when she's old. And did God make it to happen? Did Sarah have the baby? Yes, she did, right? And so, boys and girls, there is another girl that laughed. And how many of you laugh when they said, you're going to be a pastor, or you're going to be a teacher, or a pilot, or something like that, and you laugh and you said, ha, me, a teacher? Or, me, a pastor? Never. I'll be something else. Have you done that anytime? Yes, right? What did they tell you you're going to be? You don't know? Okay. Well, anyway, next time we are told, let us not laugh, because we don't know what plans God has for us. And you may say, well, I'm too small. I won't be a teacher, or I won't be a policeman, or a firefighter, or something like that. Remember, God has great plans for you, and they are plans for good. So it was told to Clarissa that she was going to be a teacher. And she said, a teacher? Not me. Never. I don't like to be in front of people. I like to be by myself. Oh, I'd rather go and work out in a farm, she said. And so her friends laughed and said, you know what, Clarissa? We'll remind you someday. You see, they were young. But God had other plans for Clarissa. One of her family members who was a teacher got ill. And so Clarissa went to substitute her in teaching. And to her great surprise, she loved working with children. She went back to college and went to get a degree in teaching. Well, what do you think? Catch a rat and paint it? Who knows? The idea might just work. But remember, then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I really have a child now that I am old? Nothing is impossible for God, boys and girls, and he loves you so much.